The
elitist
pizza
podcast.
Rush Limbaugh died.
I don't even know who that is.
What? Okay, so Rush Limbaugh was a right-wing radio personality.
Mm-hmm.
He was like he had the most listened to radio show in the world, or at least in the country.
Wait, did you say right wing or alt right?
Right wing.
Okay.
I mean,
I was like, okay.
he might be racist depending on who you ask.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't. Okay, well, it's fine.
The name sounds a little familiar, but
Let me pull up a picture of him, and that might.
all right. Let me get back in the thing. That was
Let me
homework.
share my screen here.
Speaking of people dying, let's go to our spot. I'm actually not going to say that. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's a really tasteless joke. I'm just going to leave that alone right now.
Speaking of people dying, let's go to our sponsor.
In China.
Easy Coffins. You need a coffin? Your grandma just died?
Your grandma just died? Well, easy coffin.
Use our affiliate link and get 10% off your coffin. I doubt they do sponsorships. Anything like that. Program like that. This is the guy. Does this look familiar to you?
I'm not gonna lie to you. He just looks like an old white dude. So I don't.
Well, that's fair.
I mean, I can't really tell the difference.
Well, this is
Maybe I'm the racist. Oh, dude, that video says finally some good news.
Yeah,
God dang, bro.
Yeah,
What did he do?
we were gonna respond to it. That was my idea, but we probably still will. But let's see.
Why is he so aggressive about it?
That guy's really left wing, but so okay, here we go.
Now to that huge firestorm developing
Oh,
after Rush
wow.
Limbaugh's
Yeah,
controversial
he said a lot of messed up stuff, but
About the college co-ed Susan Fluke
I actually can't hear it.
must be paid.
not at all. Or is
Nope.
it just really quiet?
Not at all.
Okay, let's turn it up.
To have sex. What does that make her?
Yeah, I'm not hearing this at all. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Hold
know.
on. Let me view the options because this might be. It might actually just be something on my end.
Well, in one of my classes, Zoom has been weird with it. So
Okay, but
let me just
I'm still in the Le Discord.
the Discord. I'll just stream it to you there. That works.
Something has soft. Make sure you deafen me on Discord.
Yeah. Well, you can just mute yourself.
No. You like my my picture on Discord too? It's a new image.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It's a friend of mine.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just some. Is his face messed up or? Okay, no.
No,
it's
he
not.
put
It's
like
got stuff on it.
Yeah, he
thought
put
it
some
was-
stuff on it.
Thought he might have been like. a
And he
burn
also
victim or
wrote something on his chest with it too.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Or his initials CS?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right. Let's see if you can hear it. Can you hear it now?
It makes her a slut, right?
Yep, I can hear it.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a nice little clip to throw it on.
Makes her a prostitute. She wants to be paid to have sex.
Fluke, a third-year law student at
Oh,
Georgia.
it's kind of that video, but.
Oh wait, I gotta hear the context of this because is he right?
Um,
I mean, well, I don't know. If he's right.
she was-
but
I think
about the
she's
prostitution part about her.
I think she had like an OnlyFans or something. It's not really important. I was just trying to show you the
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to show you
but
what
the
his
kind of
voice was like because you might have recognized it.
Oh, nah,
Okay.
not really. His name does sound familiar. I probably heard somebody talk crap about him.
Well, yeah. Well, anyway, let's watch this video with this guy talking crap about him.
You know,
Okay,
I
I
haven't
like
seen
that.
left Twitter this
Yeah, I like
happy
it.
since
So, is the audio level good for you?
It's fine.
Okay.
Donald Trump got COVID.
It's fine. What do I
If
sound
you're,
like that?
in case you're just waking up, or no, I don't even know if that's enough. I feel like this information has probably permeated the dreamscape as well. In case you were just born, Rush Limbaugh is dead after a struggle with a particularly fairly advanced lung cancer, and etc. But what I'm really concerned about is the online reaction to all this. And it's the same reaction that happens every single time, okay? Every single time. Usually, the way this discourse works is that a good person on the left will die, or like a neutral, like a fine, like I think something like 16 million weekly listeners. Just an unfathomably large platform.
Like you said,
And he used it to
unfathomably
spread
large
hate, and
platform.
he's been doing this for decades.
Oh, man.
There's a viral Twitter post right now saying that Rush Limbaugh used to look up the names of gay men who had died of HIV and would mock them on radio. Now, I looked that up. I actually couldn't find anything to corroborate that claim. I couldn't find.
I saw a screenshot from an article saying that he did that for like 2 weeks in like the 80s, and he since he said that that was terrible and stuff. And I mean that is
Right.
terrible, but I don't know if I'm not really gonna judge a guy for something he did 30 years ago. But,
Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Anything to substantiate it, so that might be fake news, but he did make fun of the victims of AIDS, and I don't know if he like looked obituary names up and read those, but he did make fun of those who died of AIDS. He's made fun of everyone. He's virulently racist, he's virulently sexist. He has supported essentially every terrible political program that you could name for the past like 30 years. He has been one of the forefront figures in making this hateful, and the
I
only
guess this was more interesting to me when I first saw it, but I think that this gets to the broader philosophical question, and that's this: should we celebrate the death of someone, of anyone, and if so, what kind of person?
I guess there's certain circumstances that I probably could think of right now that I would celebrate the death of somebody.
Okay.
Like if I was, I mean, there's a really easy one. If I was, a Jew during, the World War II kind of era when Hitler died, I'd be pretty happy about that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I guess no, I wouldn't. I guess because it's like against the whole thing. You probably shouldn't be happy about people's deaths.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
but I mean, I'm not gonna throw a freaking party, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, so sad to see that guy go. But
Okay.
I think in our modern era, I think like if like let's say somebody I know, right? This isn't real or true, but let's say somebody I know got well, I don't know about that, but let's say somebody I know, I find out they get sexually assaulted, and then the person who does that to them gets like murdered in jail. I'm not gonna feel sorry for that scumbag.
Yeah.
Will I sit here and throw a freaking party? No, but I don't know if I'd be happy. I don't know. Death's a weird thing, but
I think so,
I'm
too.
not gonna be sad. I'm not gonna be like, oh, boo hoo.
Okay. I think.
But I'm not gonna like a public figure like a Donald Trump. Like even if Trump died today, I'm not gonna. Well, I wouldn't really feel any kind of way about it. I wouldn't be sad, but I'm not gonna be like happy about it either. He was just a dude, to be honest. He didn't really do anything all that bad
Okay.
to warrant people celebrating his death.
What about like? Okay. So what about like Osama bin Laden when he died? Do you think that it was? Do you think that we should have like? Okay, so was it a good thing that Osama bin Laden was killed? I guess that's because Osama bin Laden. I think we can all agree he did some bad stuff.
Was it a good thing that he got killed?
Yeah. 'Cause this
Yes.
is kind of something I'm wrestling with. Okay.
I think it was a good.
Why?
I think there's a. Why not? Didn't he wasn't he like the leader of Al Qaeda or something?
He was a leader. Okay, so
Isn't that the whole thing? Like we're supposed to kill
Mm-hmm.
I guess the bad guy or whoever he is killed.
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't a good dude. Like it's like
Well, he wasn't
I mean-
a good guy without a doubt. But so should we just when should we? I mean, this is kind of like the whole Batman.
oh,
thing.
hold on. Let me ask you. All right, I think you. So here's my problem with what you said. I think you worded that kind of weird, as if like
Okay, that's fair.
it would have been better if he didn't die,
Okay, so
or if we didn't kill him, is what I should say.
yeah, oh, that's fair. So I don't think that we should kill people just because they've done bad things.
He murdered a bunch of people. I think he deserved to die. Well, I can't.
Alright.
Well, I can't say he deserved to die, but I think that it's fine that they killed him. I'm not.
Okay, I would agree with that. Like I don't think I might. I don't know if I'd lift a finger, but I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't walk a mile if it meant that I could save Osama bin Laden's life. I wouldn't even walk
Exactly.
20 feet. But I don't think I'd pull the trigger unless I thought. I'm not familiar with the whole situation, but I guess let's bring it to the abstract. Let me speak abstractly about this. So, if there's a guy, okay, let's say there's a woman, Jill. Okay, Jill has killed 20 people, cold-blooded murder. But we know that Jill will not kill anyone again and that she will be a law-abiding citizen from now on. What should we do with Jill? Should Jill be put in prison? Should she be killed?
I mean, um, well, she should certainly be in prison. I don't think there's an argument that she shouldn't be in prison. The
I'm
whole
not
point
sure
of
why.
the whole
Like, what's the
whole
point?
the whole point is that you've committed a crime. You have to be punished for if they catch you, right? They catch you. I mean, obviously she has to get caught. But they caught her. Let's assuming the police caught her, right? They know she's not going to commit any crimes. They can say whatever they want about prison's supposed to be about. Prison's not actually about reforming anybody. You're just being punished for your crime. That's why they're sentencing you.
What do you think it should be? Do you think it should be about punishment?
I think it should be a little bit of both. I think you should do a little bit more effort to try to reform them and help them be able to integrate back into society. But you can't. I mean, what's the alternative? Just let everybody. If we know they can't. If we know they're not going to commit another crime, just let a rapist out on the street.
I think so.
I wholeheartedly and totally disagree.
Okay, well,
You'll have to be punished for your crime. I mean,
why?
all right. You stole the cookie out the cookie jar, right? Or you stole something from me. I caught you. I didn't catch you. You told me you did it, and you told me you would never do it again, and you haven't given it back.
Yeah.
Do I just leave you alone?
I
I'm
think
just
you
like, oh
should.
well, he stole from me. I guess that sucks.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not how that's gonna
But
work.
you're never gonna get that cookie back. I mean, the cookie has been stolen.
Yeah, you already stole it from me, but now I have to punish you by beating you up.
Why?
I mean, that's personally what I probably wouldn't beat somebody up
Yeah,
with this.
yeah.
Well, actually, I probably would. I'm not gonna lie. I take food very serious.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if it was like a
So-
cookie or something, I'd leave it alone. But if it's like you stole my dinner,
Well,
I'm
let's
gonna have to
let's
spare
put it in
your
the
life.
abstract. So let's say that. Okay, so let's say that Jill was a serial killer. Okay, but Jill has, like many serial killers have done, has assumed another identity. You know Jill. Then you find out without a shadow of a doubt that Jill was the serial killer, 10 years ago. Do you go to the police?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because it's just. So you think that we would be doing an injustice onto the victims if we let this person roam free?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting away with their crime. I mean, the whole point of going to prison is to be punished. If I, I mean, I have. You're saying this in the same sense that I know she's not going to do it again, or do or do I not know if she's?
Okay.
Even
Well,
if I
does it make a
like,
difference
if I had,
to you?
it doesn't make a difference. So I have no idea if she's going to do it again. I'm absolutely going to take her to jail. What if I'm her next victim? I'm not trying to deal with all that.
I would do that. Okay, I would do that just to protect the future people. But I feel like that. I understand that this is totally hypothetical. But if I could somehow know that someone would never commit that crime again and they've truly, repented, I think it'd be a waste to put them in jail or prison. Because it's just like, those people are already dead. It's not, their lives aren't going to come back.
Right, but I think that's not the point of prison. The point of prison, it's not about, I guess, sort of justice for the victim, but in a different way. It's not about trying to get them back. It's you punishing this person for the crime they committed.
Why
you
should we
can't
punish
can't
people?
get that stuff back. That's true. You can't get somebody's life back. They stole some money. You're probably not going to get that money back. It's not about that. You're punishing them for what they did. You're punishing them. Almost, I don't want to say independent of the victim, but you're punishing them for what they've done. They did something, so they're being punished. That's all there really is to it. It's not really like, it's not like, oh, this will help us find peace. It's not really about finding peace. It's about justice. It's about doing, I guess it's about the right thing,
Justice, right? So,
I
Why
mean,
is it? Why is it? What makes something? Okay, why is it right to imprison someone? What under what conditions is it right to
I
imprison
mean,
someone
if
in your mind?
they committed a crime, depending on the crime, of course, as you know, some crimes don't
So what kind of
really.
crime? Like what's the
Well, I don't
threshold
really know
here?
the semantics. Like, I mean, like
I'm just
obviously,
asking
like
your opinion. I'm
murder.
not trying to trap you or
I
anything.
don't really know the. I don't really know. Well, I don't know the semantics. I can't. I mean, like murder. You probably should go to prison. Obviously, there's different ways that they deal with certain crimes. You know,
Okay.
like um, some. You know, like not all criminals are gonna go to. Even if they get caught, not all criminals are gonna go to prison, or they might just go to jail for a little bit. They might be under house arrest, but there has to be, unless they just snitch on the whole world, there needs to be some form of punishment passed down. Unless they just snitch on every single person that could have been involved, then
Yeah. Okay.
there
What
there needs
is
to be
what is the
there needs to be some
function?
repercussion.
What function does punishment play in a society? Like, what's the point of it? What does it do?
I think it's. I mean, you're punishing them for their crime. I mean, you're. I guess I don't want to say teaching them not to do it again, but I guess showing them that. I don't. Huh. That's an interesting question. Um, how do I say? You're kind of showing them. I don't want to say showing them they can't get away with it. Well, yeah, you're kind of just showing people they can't do whatever they want. You know, we live.
So it's a
We live in.
deterrent for other people.
I
Is
don't want
that?
to say that. Kind of, but not really, because people still commit crimes. But
Yeah.
it's more so for the person that you're punishing. It's not about really influencing other people to not commit crimes. I do think it plays a little bit of a part. I think people think twice about it because they're like, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to prison. That's why I see people run away from the police. They're like, I don't want to go to prison, or jail. But
Well, this is the way I view it is that the justice system should only exist in order to a justice system should only exist in order to minimize the suffering in society. And so we should stop people, stop or well, we should ideally prevent people from causing harm to others, like killing other people and stuff, well, murdering other people. And the only way that prison only has a utility insofar as it can do that. So it can either a deter people through the threat, like, oh, I don't want to go to prison, I'm not going to do this, or b, after you do X, like you murder someone, you go to prison, and prison tells you that's wrong or something, and you get out and now you don't murder people. That's the way I view it, and so I feel like so that's why I bring up the example of if you don't know what if you can know that this person will never do it again, then what's the point?
like I said, it's a punishment thing. I mean, you can. That's all fine and great that you know you're not going to do it again, but you still did it. It's not going to erase the fact that you did it. You have to be punished for what you've done, or else, you know, then what's the point of punishing anybody for anything? People should be able. I
I
should be
don't.
able
I
to
would
run
argue there
around
is
and
no
start
point.
stabbing people whenever I feel like it.
Well, do you ever feel like stabbing people?
No, but
Well, okay.
I
Well,
also don't want to go to prison.
see, I just don't think that I don't believe that there are people out there who have a desire to go out and stab people, but they
I
just think, hey, I mean, I want to go stab people, but if I do, the cops might get involved, and I just don't want that. I don't believe that those people exist.
I do. I mean, you don't believe that people. You don't believe that there's anybody that has the thoughts of stabbing somebody.
I think there are, but I don't think that they are deterred by law enforcement.
I think they are. I think they're like, oh, this is like, there's like a wrong and a right, and I don't want to get in trouble for it. I think if people could, if those same people who wanted to stab somebody could, if they know for a fact they could get away with it, I think at least some of those people are going to go through with it.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't doubt that for a second. I believe that some of
I
them,
think that's true.
at the
But
very least, some of them are going to go through with that stabbing and that murder.
but people's self defense would account for that in the absence of a justice system, right?
What
Or
do you
in the
mean?
absence of punishment, of a punishment-based justice system.
People self-defense, meaning that they would defend themselves.
Yeah,
How do you defend yourselves from a knife? I run
with
up
another
behind you and
knife.
stab you in the back.
Okay, well, all
You're
right.
gonna,
Well,
you're gonna
you would block the knife stabbing. I mean,
from behind.
from behind. Yeah, that would be how you have to do
What
it.
if this is a premeditated
Yeah.
attack?
Okay.
What if
Yeah.
I
Premeditated
know
attack.
that you trust me and that I can get you? I can kill you. Nothing. There's
Okay.
no reason for me not to kill you.
Well, in that case, that person should be removed from society, so they don't stab someone again. If they are going to, if there's a reason to, if someone just is like, I like stabbing people, then this person can't exist with the same freedoms, and whether that means to just straight up kill them or to remove them from society to some extent, then that's what should be done to stop people from being stabbed. But
So is
that's the way I view it.
is jail not removing them from society?
Jail is, but I think that in this particular case, I think we agree on the response, but we don't agree on the reason behind the response. Because my understanding is that you would say, oh, well, this person needs to atone for their sins, so to speak. They need to be punished, or they need to be punished for stabbing someone. You can't just stab. You stab someone, you need to be punished somehow. So this
Right.
person, my position is, like I said, to stop them from stabbing in the future. Because if you already stabbed someone, I mean, person stabbed, we should help that person. We should stop you from stabbing, but just getting all hung up about it, isn't going to do anything. And just thinking practically here.
Well, I don't think it's impractical to be like, well, you stabbed that guy, you should be punished. I mean, nobody believes
Okay.
that sending someone to prison is going to get their family back, but it's not about that. It's about retribution. It's about punishing them. It's about punishing them for what they've done. It's not necessarily about, oh, I think this is going to bring my uncle back from getting shot. This person just deserves to go to prison.
Okay.
He shot somebody. He broke the law. Laws should. I mean,
broke the law.
now if we're gonna go into the argument of whether laws
Okay,
should
okay.
exist and we should do all that, then that's a different argument. But
Yeah.
if we're living in a society with laws, there needs to be a punishment for breaking those laws. You can't just be like, oh, well, it sucks that you stabbed them, but well, just try not to do it again.
I mean, try to hold them back with desires for a little bit. Okay.
I mean, but it's like,
So-
oh yeah, just hold your desires in until you don't, and then you don't, and then you're just like, I feel like stabbing somebody again. I got away with it last time. There's no reason for me not to stab this person. I'm just
okay.
gonna go run my knife through them real quick.
So, do you think that in the absence of, let's say that you live let's just imagine that that Jill killed someone. You know that you work with Jill. You know that she killed your coworker, but no one believes you, or there's not enough evidence. She gets off. Would you be just in doing something to Jill, or would you be like, well, the legal system hasn't done anything with it, so she's off, or something else?
I don't know what I could do. There's nothing really I could do unless I take it into my own hands.
Yeah, you
and
could take it into your own hands.
murder
I guess.
her.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be justified in doing that?
No. I mean, I'm just as bad as Jill at that point.
So you're just full on Batman. That's-
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, like, all right. If my position is that people who commit crimes should go to jail, I just committed a crime. Should I? By my own logic,
Yeah.
I should go to jail.
True. I guess I just don't put. Okay. I guess I just don't put that much value on the law. I think that if you do something that's wrong, it's wrong, independent of the law. Well, let me put it this way then. So, couldn't you use the law, that kind of legalistic philosophy? Okay, well, so some of your ancestors at least, were slaves. Do you think that if they escaped, and the law says, oh, if you escape, you get whipped 20 times, do you think that that's what should happen?
That's an interesting way of putting it.
I guess what I'm saying is that the law can't be the be-all, end-all of ethics, I guess.
Right, but I mean, to a certain point, that I get what you're saying, but I mean, then there should be no laws. at that point.
Well, okay.
I mean,
Maybe we shouldn't have laws.
there shouldn't be any laws, and we should go around being able to beat and kill and murder and rape and pillage whenever we feel like it.
But aren't you already able to do that? There's just going to be certain consequences
No,
based on the law.
there's consequences, but I'm saying we should be able to do it whenever we'd feel like it, with no consequences. And it's just
But
I guess he just murdered my family, and I can either try and kill him, or he just murdered my family and he just gets away with it.
yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, or you could just go and cut off his arm or something. Are you saying, oh well, are you saying that would not be a desirable society? You would prefer for there to be a system to punish these people? Is that your point? Or you just spitballing here? You're just like, well, maybe that is a good society. Because I don't know. I feel like that might be better. I just don't think that there's going to be people who just go around murdering. I mean, there will be, and there is, but I don't think that there will be a significantly more amount of people that want to go around and murder people just for fun. Because people are just going to get shot. You're just going to get killed.
I mean, sure, but I think there's going to be more. There's less reason not to.
Yeah,
sometimes the law is the only thing stopping people from doing things. I know people personal experience where people. Well, I know people who wanted to do something, and they're like, "Oh, but I would get in trouble," and that was the only thing that would stop them. Say, I want to go in this store and steal this candy bar, but I don't want to get in trouble with the police.
Yeah,
they're just like, I don't want to get in trouble with the police. I'm not going to go ahead and go through with that. But in that instance, that was the only thing stopping them from really going in there and stealing that whole candy bar and whatever else they wanted to steal.
Do you think it's really okay? Well, I have two responses to that. Do you think that that's really a big deal? People stealing candy bars, and two, in the absence of a legal system, if this really would become an epidemic, eventually shop owners are going to start, putting security guards up there. If you want to say, oh, we shouldn't live in a society where there's security guards in every convenience store, that's fine. But there would probably be, if it's a significant problem, there would be a response to it.
I guess, but you can't catch everybody.
Yeah. Well, not everybody's caught right now either. So
that's true, but
plenty of people.
But you are catching people, and what you just proposed, there is no catching anybody. Yeah. You either kill them, or you either you find them and do whatever you're gonna do to them, or you don't. Yeah. And most times, you're not going to do anything. You're never gonna find that person.
Hey, and that's the case right now, though.
But I just said, there's more people who get caught. I think there would be more people who would get caught. Like, you're getting caught. Somebody's handling it.
I guess it's just a question of proportions then, because there's got to be a percentage point where it's like, so if we have this whole legal system thing and only like 1% more of criminals are getting caught, or something like that. Okay, so there's an uptick. Yeah, there's an uptick, but we would save all these resources. So there's got to be a point in time where the effectiveness of the legal system makes it to where, hey, this just isn't worth it anymore. Or if it's so effective, that's like, okay, well, we should have this. Because, of course, if murder goes up 3 times, threefold, and we know this because we don't have law, you would have to be pretty crazy to be like, oh, okay, well, hey, it is what it is, But, if there's one more murder a year, but we save all this money, or all these innocent people weren't locked away, I might say that's worth it.
I don't think it'd be like there's literally like one more murder. I think there'd be.
It was just an example, just
I
extreme
think there'd
hypothetical.
Be a significant amount. I think there'd be a lot more murder. Well, maybe not murder, but just crime in general. I don't think crime rates will go down. I think crime rates would definitely go up. There's no there's no reason not to commit a crime. 2, there's nothing going. There's no punishment, and 3, there's nobody to deem it to be a crime. So if I steal from you, I just stole from you.
Yeah.
And that's just our problem.
Yeah. Well, I might just shoot you then. Boom.
But I steal from you and I get away. Then what?
Well, then you get away. But that's kind of the situation that we have now. Most of the time.
Right, but there's.
So I guess, like I said, it's just a question of scale.
But there's somebody's trying to catch me. If you don't try to if you can't catch me, then that's it.
Okay. At least there's like a system put in place now. All right.
Somebody's going to try.
Somebody.
Maybe they're not going to try that hard, but that's another.
There's going to be a report somewhere that you know, a guy around my height,
Exactly.
I don't know. You don't have an afro anymore. I'm looking at the picture that I have you up here with a smile. Okay. All right, I get you. So, then by that logic, so do you think that we should kill some people for what they've done? So there's a certain amount of things where the punishment should be death. Do you think that's true?
I don't know. That one I do struggle with. I think prison's a good thing, but I mean not a great thing, but a good thing really. But I think
I love
people
prison.
deserve to be in prison. But I don't know
We
if
should have more prisons.
yeah, sure.
That's
I
like
don't
you
know. I don't know if I don't know how I feel about it. Death is such a weird thing. So I don't know if I'd feel. I don't know how I feel about murdering people. But I'm sure somebody I know gets murdered. And I'm like, I hope you throw that man under the jail. So I guess I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about that. Part of me wants to say I think it's a good thing, but part of me wants to say I think it's a bad thing.
I see.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I've been watching too much Daredevil, reading too many Batman comics, but maybe part of
Yeah.
me believes that these people should have a chance to reform.
Okay.
But that's just the issue with the system anyway. Once you're in that system, it's
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get out of the cycle of
Yeah.
crime. I kind of think that okay, I used to be like, yeah, of course some people should be killed, but maybe I've been reading too many Batman comics. Because now I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't really think so. I think that there are because the reason why I bring this up with the whole Rush Limbaugh stuff is because if we are going to say, if hypothetically we think, okay, some things, if you do, X, then you deserve to be killed. Then isn't that person's death sort of logically? Wouldn't that mean that person's death is good? That just logically follows. Like if with Hitler, like if we say we should kill Hitler, or we should have obviously because he's dead. Or we should kill, I don't know, who's a guy who's really bad now? Like Kim Jong-un maybe, I don't know.
yeah. That might be as far as I could go. I don't know.
Or like somebody in ISIS or whatever. We should kill this guy. Isn't that just another way to say that it would be good, this person's death would be good? And if so, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable saying, yeah, it's good that person died. I'm happy, I'm not, that feels wrong to me.
I could see that.
Which I think is the ultimate thing about, like, okay, so if this guy, Rush Limbaugh, even if we say he was, a rapist or whatever, no, I meant to say racist. It's weird that racist and rapist are so similar. Just one letter
Yeah.
off. But, like, if we were to say he was a racist and stuff, I mean, I don't think that's enough. I mean, to be able to be like, yeah, he died. Good. It's, like you said, let's have, we shouldn't have a celebration over it. Well, good news, guys. But that's kind of the way we treated it with Osama. So,
I mean, was it a good thing that he died or not?
yeah,
You just
that's
saved.
the question. I mean,
I think you just saved a lot of lives right there.
I think that's the point. I think that my opinion is if you're saving lives by killing this guy, there's just no way that without killing this guy, the easiest thing is like, right? He has his gun pointed to someone else. You have your gun pointed at him. He's gonna pull that trigger. You gotta at least kill him. That's the most cutthroat. Well, maybe that's not the most cutthroat thing, but he's about to set the timer, something like that. Where this guy's gonna kill someone if you don't kill him. I think the obvious answer is kill him. And so, but could they have just kidnapped Osama bin Laden and put him somewhere? Would that have been
Well,
better?
no, that was his only. They only had one shot, essentially, because they couldn't find him for, what was it, like 9 years or something like that?
20.
20 years? They couldn't find this guy for 20 years.
Yeah, 20. At least
They
15.
tracked him down here,
Yeah, in Pakistan somewhere.
right? Assuming it wasn't by himself or was he guarded?
He was guarding a compound, but I think they killed all the guards and then got to him or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I mean, Um,
Drone strike.
I mean, I think if they captured him anyway, they probably were just going to kill him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, just thinking hypothetically. So, I mean, you could have just shot tranquilizer darts at him or something, right?
Why not shoot tranquilizer darts at his guards too?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, all of them. You could have shot tranquilizer darts. I mean, like, you're just putting us. If we, if we take Batman, if we do the Batman logic or whatever, right? You can't kill anyone. You could have tranked them all and then put them in prison. Would that have been better? I mean, you can't let them out. You have to just put them in life in prison. Then it's like you're just, damning them to a life of without freedom anyway. So it's like maybe you should have just killed him in the first place. So like if you can't trust this guy, if this guy will probably kill people or will probably cause a significant amount of harm if he remains alive, is that justification enough to kill them? I think the answer is probably yes, but I don't like it. Testing. Okay. If you like that video, check us out on Twitch. We are live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Watch it. Get in the chat. Comment. Or don't. I don't care. What are you doing? Not being subscribed to the Elitist Pizza Podcast on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube? Do it. Now. Give us money.